Hello and welcome back to another 3 days of RPG Day 2023. This is ReveloGM Games. I'm ReveloGM. I realise I don't say that much. It's technically who I am. These are quite niche videos, so it doesn't matter that much, but I should get in the habit of it. We're back with another 3 days because I kind of missed the 26th a bit, and 27th is going to be very quick, and 28th isn't going to be too long either. So, 26th, favourite character sheet. I struggled with this one. I don't really have a favourite character sheet as such. Again, Riotous GM pointed out the Conan one is gorgeous, and it is, I agree. I do have a bit of a soft spot for the classic 5th edition one because it's the one I've used the most, and I do find it quite easy to use. And those are it, really. Like, the Call of Cthulhu one is very full, and it serves its purpose, but I don't particularly love it. Same with the Ubiquity one. OSC ones are kind of fine, but I've mostly done it online, so I'm not used to them in person yet, really. And then I remembered something. I remembered that DCC has a bunch of character sheets, which are quite nicely laid out. They're quite simple. They don't have loads of space for stuff, but your characters don't have loads of stuff. And they're landscape instead of portrait as well, which is unusual, at least in character sheets that I usually see. And yeah, so I quite like that one, and they have a whole bunch of them as well. They have 0 level character sheets, and then you have one for cleric, one for thief, warrior, wizard, dwarf, elf, halfling. They all have their own sheet with little different aesthetic stylings around the side, which is really cool. They have an alternate set of character sheets from the Crawl Zine, however you want to pronounce it. Then they have them for Dying Earth. They have them for Lankmar, for Empire of the East, for Mutant Call Classics. It's just really cool how many different forms of sheet they have and how different they look. Like, they still all have the same things, but mixed depending on if you're a thief or wizard or whatever. But I like how they have different aesthetics on the sides, and they're very old school. They're very cool. I quite enjoy them. So like, they might be my favourite, but I figured they're one that was worth me bringing up and mentioning. So the next day, which is in fact the 27th, I didn't run through the days that we were going to do this time, oh well. 27th is Game You'd Like a New Edition of. This is very quick because I don't want to rehash what Riotous GM already said. And he said Hollowworth Expedition for Ubiquity, and I agree. For most of the same reasons. It would just be really cool to have, and it's unlikely, but it is such a great game, and just it'd be much nicer to have a new edition that's easier to get hold of, and such as that. Everything else he says is the same as what I would say. I don't want to rehash it here. I'll link his video. You can go check it out because he will probably phrase it better. And then finally, the 28th is Scariest Game You've Played, which was an Alien game, but not using the Alien TTRPG because it didn't exist in its current form at that time. I played this. It was ran by Riotous GM for me, my brother, and his son. At our table using, I believe it was Savage Worlds, the Savage Worlds system, which I haven't played in a long time, and I want to try again, and I will on weekend one-shots at some point in the future, I'm sure, but I haven't yet. And it was essentially, what if you did Aliens, but there was no Ripley? That's what it felt like at the very least anyway, in that we went to spoilers for Aliens, I suppose, kind of. We went to an abandoned, like a colony that we'd lost contact with. There's a bunch of Marines. We investigated. It was very creepy, and then eventually aliens attacked. We had to get out of there and run, and we did. But the atmosphere and the tension was so good. We had very, kind of ominous, creepy music on, and he had found an app which allowed you to do the motion beeping, the kind of motion tracker beep that you do, and that added to it so much. It was terrifying, and it was great. That was definitely the scariest game I've played. A few Call of Cthulhu ones have had moments, but the tension and the dread that we had throughout the entire game, very scary, and it's an interesting one. I'm sure Riotous Jim will tell the story better, but he wasn't sure we were getting into it that much. And then we had a pause, and my brother was like, that was so scary, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. And it's like, oh cool, that's great, because sometimes it can be hard to read exactly how your players are feeling. But yeah, that was definitely the scariest game I've played, and one of the most enjoyable overall experiences I've had doing a TTRPG. So that's those 3 days. Only 3 more left, and then we'll be done, and we'll have, in a way, done the whole of the month. So thank you for watching, and yeah, like and subscribe. Another thing I forget to say, for the last 3 days, which may come out all together or one by one again. We'll see what we manage. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.